And now, Effective Communication with Phil Zeller, CEO, Dale Carnegie, Southwest Michigan.
Memories, like a teardrop in your eyes, misty smoke-filled colored memories. No, I can't sing. I told you that before on the show, but yet it doesn't stop me from trying. How do you like me now? Right? There's a couple different singers for you. Last one being Toby Keith, rest in peace. And, I was thinking on the way in the studio today, and I was going through the memory bank, and I remember one time I was a young man, like a lot of young people trying to find their way in life. You know, you're trying a lot of different things, doing a lot of different things, but I knew what I had to do was work really hard. I had to work really hard because I had nothing, and a lot of you were there. You've been in a position where you had nothing, and the only thing you could do was work really hard to try to get something, right? So that was me as a young man working really hard, working a lot of jobs. At one time, I had 4 jobs. It was kind of wild. And I was working all these jobs, and I was working really hard because I was trying to get ahead in life. And through that process, you can get tired out working 4 jobs. I was sleeping 2.5 hours a night out of a pickup truck. It can get challenging, no doubt about it. And I realized something during that time. That people don't like tired, angry people who work really hard. They like that you work really hard, but they don't like it if you're tired and angry. So what I had to do was change that part about me. I kept the hard-working side, but I wanted to become nicer than I was. I wanted, not to feel overwhelmed by the situation I was in. So I had to practice on becoming a person that a person would want to be around, to be a nice guy, right? And I remember one woman I worked with, I was at a convenience store, and that one job out of the 4 of them was about 50 hours a week. I had 40 hours plus I always tried to squeeze in 10 in overtime because it was time and a half, right? And this manager came up to me one day, and she's like, one thing I really like about you, you're such a nice, young, hardworking man. And I thought, cool, I'm doing what I want to do. And she says to me, she goes, have you met my daughter? You would really like my daughter. You would really like to meet her. Maybe the 2 of you could go out on a date, right? And so I thought it was funny. She was interviewing me and trying to see if I would go out with her daughter. And it was a great conversation, but the dichotomy was this. Can you be a nice person and still be hardworking and be direct with people and get things done? Can you do both? Can you be nice and can you be direct to get things done? And I'm going to share with you today on the show, yes, you can. Effective Communication with Phil Zeller. You can be both. Now, we don't have that many examples in the world today. We used to have more for some reason. We just don't have as many today, but I'll share with you how to do this. You can still be the nice person, the great leader, the nice person everybody wants to be around, and still get amazing things done and be direct to get things done. So the question is, how can you do this? Well, we need to start with the why before we start with the how. As always, I shared this with you before on the show. This is effective communication. Always begin with the why. Well, the why is why would you want people to get on board with you with getting anything accomplished and be direct, but yet be nice, be these 2 things in one? Well, the reason why is that if people don't like you, they're not going to listen to you. They're not going to get things done you want done. So they got to like you first. A person convinced against their will is of the same opinion still, as Dale Carnegie said. And maybe you heard this one from your grandmother. People don't care what you know until they know how much you care. So the why starts out with that first. Why would you do that? The second thing is to realize that time is of the essence. It is the true measure of consequence. So being direct and getting things done matter. So you got to get the combination to being nice with people and getting things done. Well, all you have to do is say, okay, well, how do I do this? When I'm dealing with people, I'm nice. When I deal with people and emotions, I'm nice. Emotions, be nice. Logic, get things done. Logic is get things done. Be direct in your logic and be nice with people. So you've separated the 2 now. So the reason you do this is the why is because we're not going to listen to people we don't like. That's just the honest truth about human beings. The second thing is time is of the essence, and we got to get results in our life because time is going fast. Each day it goes faster for us. So the how to do it is be nice when you're dealing with people at all times. Put yourself in their shoes. Pay attention. Dale Carnegie says, try honestly to see things from the other person's point of view. be with that person. So be a nice person. And when it comes to logic, be direct. We have to do this to get this result. Does that make sense? And logic is direct. People are nice. You put those two together, you're a nice person who gets things done by being direct. Now, your challenge? Go make it happen. You'll have a better, more productive life. You've got this, my friend.